NLI Nation. It's Ron Lamont, Player Development Coordinator for NLI Scouting. I want to talk about some things today. As we know, the early signing period was last week, and a lot of excitement, a lot of kids moving on to play at the next level, and what is probably the toughest times for recruiting and moving on to the next level. A lot of parents are asking questions as to why their kids aren't being identified and recruited, and that's a great question. In order to be recruited, it's basically like a job interview. These colleges are taking these young men for 4 years. They're putting an investment into those guys. So what makes your player different or deserving of playing at the next level? It's a privilege to play at the next level, and a lot of people think that it's just something that should happen. There's a lot of work that goes into that. A lot of these guys are sitting back and just waiting on someone to come call them and say, hey, we want you. They're showing up to these tournaments thinking that, hey, I just go out there and jump on a field and I'll be identified and I'll get picked up. Understanding that D1, the dead period was extended to April 15th of next year is tough. I mean, it's tough on coaches. They want to see these guys play. They want to make the best judgment that they can for their programs. With that being said, I've gotten to go to a lot of these showcases. We're at these showcases with college coaches, get to talk to them, and a lot of these guys are saying, oh, well, I'll just play JUCO. Well, let me tell you something. JUCO is top notch, and it's only better. It's pretty much going to be better than maybe it has ever been, with the D1 kickbacks that are transferring in. A lot of guys are going to be left out with that mindset. Probably the biggest thing that I see with parents and players is not being realistic. They're not understanding the situation. They think they're going to go play at a Division I school, and when I watch these guys out on the field, there's so many gaps in their game. To give you an example, last week I was out at a showcase with college coaches, and I saw kids that I've seen play over the last 2 years. And when they show up to the field, they look like the same kids I saw 2 years ago. Not only with their game, but with their body and the development of their bodies. I don't know if any of you guys have gone to Division I baseball games or Division II, Division III, NAIA, or JUCO. You probably need to get your players, or the players probably need to get out there and actually look at the talent level. Look at the physical attributes that these players have. You're missing out on understanding where the player fits in. Not everyone is going to be a Division I player. Not everyone's going to be a Division II player. Not everyone's going to be a Division III player, NAIA, JUCO, whether it's JUCO, D1, D2, whatever it may be. Every kid needs to understand where they fall. And again, people being unrealistic. Or another example would be, parents are like, well, I don't know how Billy got recruited. My son's better than him. And here, Billy is a pitcher, and the other player is a middle infielder. So, rosters are going to, of course, take many more pitchers than they are middle infielders. Parents need to be understanding of how it works, where these players fall into. But it's tough. These guys got to get in the gym. They've got to keep their grades up. They've got to be proactive, emailing coaches and reaching out to them with video. That's basically the only way these guys are able to make determinations at this time. Now, I can tell you the coaches that I talk to, they definitely want to see these guys play, which is understandable. I mean, I wouldn't pick up a kid without watching him play or being there to physically watch them play. So the biggest thing that I recommend for these players is, number one, to be realistic, be proactive. you know, be on top of your game. Understand that this is basically an interview process all the way through. They're going to look at as many things as they can on the player, from grades to social media to how they've been developing over the years. If they have identified them, they're watching these kids to see how they progress physically, mentally, all the way through. So, you know, just understand that it's not easy to play at this next level, and that it's a privilege. And don't compare your player to another player. It's your player you're trying to get recruited, and build your business within yourself as a player to make a coach say, wow, that kid is special. And if you're special, there's a place for you, but you need to be special. You can't just be an average high school player. There's got to be something about you that makes a coach want you. And to say that, you know what, this kid's going to be great for my program. He's going to be here for 4 years, and we want him. We can't let this kid go. So keep plugging away. If you guys have questions, reach out to me. You can call me or text me 772-207-9916. Get a hold of Chris Hunt. Email us. We're here for you. You know, please be realistic and understand. A lot of these kids also are saying here in Florida, oh, I just want to, you know, I'm only going to play in Florida. Well, you're limiting yourself, and you're probably pushing yourself right out of baseball. You're in a hotbed, you know, Florida, Texas, California, some other states that I may have left out, but be realistic. Find a place where you fit in. College is going to be great wherever you go, whatever state you're in. There's so many great colleges out there, so many great baseball programs. Somebody was talking the other day about how, you know, D1 or nothing, and you know that there's so much more talent in D1. Well, you know, maybe the Power 5, but let me let you know that there's some Division 3s out there that'll whoop up on some of these Division 1 schools, to be honest with you. So, you know, find a place where you fit. Have goals, set achievable goals to get there, and put the work in. Don't just sit back and think you're going to get recruited, because if you do that, you're not going to get recruited. Again, have a great day. Reach out to us if you need anything, and we'll see you on the ball field.